Lights up, mics up. Let's get these likes up. Welcome back to Talking Facts. I'm your host, Charles Brown. Listen, we're going to lock in this afternoon, last minute live. I just want to get this out the way because this one is an ongoing story with your boy Tyga. He's doubling down, gang. Tyga has decided he is not going to let you fools stop him by no stretch of the imagination. He is doubling down. He is coming back. He has a new video, new song, and everything. What we're seeing now is a man who is defiant, right? What's good, Chad? How we look at Elevated Gamer? I know I hit you guys over the head with a emergency meeting, but this ain't that much of an emergency. We're just going to have a conversation about this AI nonsense that's going on. I have new clips of your boy Tyga, brand new video. He just dropped it. I believe it's called Last Forever, right? Basically, he's unfazed and unbothered by your criticism of him, and he is determined to push this album to the ends of the earth. All right, what's good? Diego in the building, him in the building, right? Him now one, Chris, man, homebody. Gang, I know. I do it to you all the time with these surprise drops. I know. It is my bad. That's on me. But I appreciate you dropping in either way. All right, animated profile picture. All right, Sassy K was good. Intrepid Vixen dropping those jewels. We're in here early. We are going to have a good time. I'm not going to be here 3-4 hours. I'm not going to be here crazy long because this story don't have that many legs, but I'm going to be here for enough time for us to have a good laugh, right? I want to talk about Tyga because what I'm seeing is he has pretty much not decided to defend this too much any further. He's just going to run with it. After Doja Cat called him a quote-unquote penis for putting out an AI album, he said, well, at least my album wasn't demonic. He said she put out a demonic album, kind of clapping back to a degree, but not getting too crazy with it. I want to talk about this, and I do want to show you a video breaking down how Tyga may have been a zero before we even got the zero from Pitchfork that he received for this crazy album. That's clearly AI that he at first tried to say it wasn't, right? Salute to Gold Ace Games in the building, Toy in the building, Snarky T's running jewels already. Appreciate you. SE2, another one. We might even get a third one later, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. It's almost a guarantee. Diego said Doja made me laugh a little bit for sure. She did. She couldn't control the gang. You can look in her eyes. She didn't want to do it, but she had no choice. She like, I gotta say something. I gotta say something. Ron Stewie in the building. Ron Stewie said, of course he's doubling down. The nigga still fighting for his life with these trash albums. Gang, this video, so listen, I'm not the biggest Tyga fan, and I don't know his history like that, but I did see a video that refreshed me on his time with Young Money and how we got here. Tyga kind of a follower, gang. I'm just gonna be honest, and I think we almost gotta expect him to float and do whatever the times is moving forward. It seemed like Tyga trying to be in the game no matter what. It seemed like he's gonna do whatever he can. And I did say earlier in the year, right, that Tyga always manages to make another hit. Even when we count him out, he somehow, some way comes back and makes another record. Faux show. I don't know how he does this, but he does it every year. He comes back. The typical girls in bikinis, and he makes, a catchy hook. He does that, I want to say once a year. Once a year, Tyga will make a record, and surprisingly, it'll do 1 million, 2 million, and it'll be a quote-unquote hit in regards to YouTube. But this time, I don't think it's ever been this much backlash on Tyga. He did drop this new video. I saw it. I was like, wow, your boy don't care. Someone in the comments said something funny. I was like, yo, that is exactly what he's doing. He said, bro is going to ride this all the way out. And he definitely is. He got the same, I believe it's the same girl in the video as the last video. So I'm assuming he probably shot several videos all at once because it seems like a theme. I'm going to show you some clips. I'm not getting a copyright strike for Tyga. No way, no how, especially for no AI. But ever since he got this 0.0 from Pitchfork, the entire world, and you know what's crazy? They've rushed to hear it. People have rushed to hear it. They want to hear why it's so bad, right? Elevated Gamer. I mean, he ain't wrong. The visuals behind her Scarlet album played with that demonic theme. That's the Doja Cat. Doja Cat, listen, we're not gonna act like we don't know what Doja Cat has been through too. She done some kind of suspect things as well. So I mean, it's not the pot calling the kettle black, but it is kind of like, you're coming at his artwork. And I can't say that this is his artwork because he used AI, but she's coming at another artist for his music, and he could take his shots at her back. It is what it is, right? Homebody said he needs to take off that Jerry curl. I think he's in character. Gang, listen, when I've been watching Tyga move lately, when he went on TMZ and everywhere else, he really is that Starface character now. He's fulfilling what they call it, method acting. He has the Jerry curl. He has the band-aids on his fingers. He's puffing a cigarette everywhere he goes. He looks the part. He has these sunshades. He has these really I'm not gonna say tacky 80s suits, but he has these really Miami Vice wrinkled linen suits on. So homebody, I think he might really be in that mode, right? He might be really feeling like that Jerry curl is the character, and that's what it is. And I don't know. I mean, he might even have what they call it. Ain't nothing but ultra perm, right? That might be ultra perm. Chris Man said, "Isn't AI demonic as well?" Some people say it is, gang. So it's more than one way to look at it, right? The Don in the building said, "What's good?" Chris, man, we're gonna get to that Young Money situation. I got a video I'm gonna play. I actually got two videos. All right. Diego said the Jerry curl low key some generalization of the 80s. I don't really respect him doing that. Right. Well, put it like this. I didn't wear curl, but there were a lot of people, especially on the West Coast, and he's from the West Coast. So he's trying to embody what he feels like the West Coast was, which at the same time, I think he's also tapping into I don't know if he's Spanish or not. I have no idea. But maybe he's tapping into that Mexican side because the video is mad Mexican. It's very Tex-Mex, right? It could be on the border or across the border, either way, depending on how you look at it. I'm gonna show you some stills from the video, and you can decide. But I think that the Jerry curl is supposed to be he's supposed to be in a mode that's fitting a character, and I think that he's 100% all in with this character. So here goes some stills from the video, right? He's in a church. It's like an old school Mexican looking kind of church. Just the aesthetics. The whole thing is 80s, like Mexico, Santa Fe, you know what I mean? Texas vibe, da 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 da. I can't tell if she's Mexican or white. I think she's white, but I'm not sure. Now that I'm looking at the video, she might be a Mexican, but that just has light hair. But the song is 100% AI synth pop, right? It's everything that people hate right now. I'm gonna be honest. People are really upset about this, but it's still, even though you can tell it's AI, it still got a catchy little hook that's gonna stick in your freaking head. You're gonna be like, why did I listen to that shit at all? But these are some stills from the thing. No, I think that girl's white. I didn't see her face until right there. I think that's a white girl, guys. I'm gonna keep it a buck. All right. And then the theme of the video, he spoiler alert, spoiler alert, she pulls out a gun and she doesn't shoot him, but she threatens to kill him in the video. So this is what the video is supposed to be about. It's a theme. The first video, I think they run off to get married. And then in the second video, he's in the bed and she pulls a gun on him. So he's running with this theme. He burns up his Ferrari. So it's a whole theme, and he is doubling down. He does not care what these people are saying, and they're saying some awful things. Quite a few people have called this the worst album in history, right? I've seen videos saying that this thing was Anime said that Jerry curl is AI. I've seen this thing get called probably, it says the worst album we've ever heard. People are really not jacking it, but his comments are clean, gang. Like, I'm sure that they're cleaning and scrubbing. The comments are very light. People are congratulating him and saying, I love the song. It's romantic, this, that, and the third. So they really doing a good job over there now. I did see some comments that kind of made light fun of him. Nothing really mean, though. Nothing really crazy. the people are, it's one of two things. It's either making a quick quip about him using AI, but they're not being mean. Nothing mean is getting through, gang. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Save your time. Nothing mean got through, but they were saying it's romantic. They were saying I've been playing this song all day, so it's all over the place with the comments. But for the most part, the people that I see outside of his comment section are not feeling this stuff at all. And we're gonna talk about AI. The Don with the super chat. I appreciate you. The 2030s era on music is going to be extremely interesting. Kind of worried about it. Would kind of worry about it all with this AI shit. Yes. You know what, Don? I see a lot of people speaking out though. They haven't been able to make it cool. They've been trying to make AI cool. Listen, let's recap how many people. Let's do this. How many people have tried to lean into this AI thing? Kanye said 50% of Bully was AI. Timbaland came out, openly signed an AI artist, right? I believe Lupe Fiasco is heavily AI. They've been trying to make AI cool for some time. This is not being like a one-off thing. Tyga is the latest in this space. They're trying to make AI beats cool, but they already make a shit ton of money off AI beats, guys. I don't know if you know, they have subscription services to these AI beats. And the thing about the subscription services is if you cancel your subscription, all of the beats revert back to them. So you're going to be in that thing for a long time if you use those beats. Now, back when AI was when it was still, we were still deciding how we felt about it, right? We hadn't 100% decided. I was looking at some AI beats to do some AI lo-fi beat channel. This is a while ago. So I was like, let me check in and see what it is. Let me see what's going on with this AI beat shit. I didn't know nothing about it, right? I've been making beats for 100 years. I went to check it out, and it was a subscription of like $30 a month. I was like, you crazy. And then if you don't pay it, like I said, they revert all the beats. I was just gonna make some lo-fi beats and do whatever. I was like, I don't know nothing about this. Let's see how it works. But I went and checked it. I didn't like it. I didn't like nothing about it. And this was before anybody was anti-AI. Nobody was talking that yet. And I was like, nah, I don't know about this. I ain't with it, right? Let me get back to Baya Coogan. Baya Coogan said Fantano didn't give it a 0.0. He labeled it not music. That's a fact, right? He labeled it not music. But at the end of the day, when you look at what's going on, they're trying to normalize it. When we saw Zanae Monet, right? I believe that's the AI artist. When she broke through, when Zanaya Monet broke through, and let me know if it's any crackling or static in the video today. When Zanaya Monet broke through, she broke through massive. That was the first one because they tried before with that AI artist. Remember that AI rapper, right? Let me see. They tried to bring him out. Let me see. AI, there was an AI rapper. Yep, it was called, I did a video on it and I was clowning it, FN Mecca. Do y'all remember this FN Mecca stuff? When FN Mecca was, they were trying to pop FN Mecca, we had a whole fit, gang. Let me bring up this picture of FN Mecca, and they were using a human's voice. They weren't even fully there yet with where they are right now. They tried to sign an AI artist named AI Mecca and a rapper. I believe it was two white guys programmed AI FN Mecca. I'm sorry, FN Mecca, and they programmed and they was saying the N words, and people were like, "Wait, hold up, this is supposed to be an AI artist, right? But he's programmed by white people. Why is it saying the N word? Unnecessary. You guys couldn't program a fictional rapper and not make it say the N word, and that was the beginning of the end. But they signed that thing. They were really trying to normalize it way back then. Let me read this because I want to refresh. FN Mecca is a fictional rapper avatar originally developed by Brandon Lee in 2019 as part of the company Factory New, with Anthony Martini joining the project early in the 2020s, early in 2020, as a co-founder. A self-described virtual rapper, the project had claimed that the music and lyrics were generated by an AI using thousands of data points compiled from video games and social media. Later, this was called into question when Houston, Texas rapper named Kyle the Hooligan claimed to be the anonymous human voice behind effing Mecca or Mika. I'm gonna say Mecca because it's Meka, but it could be Mika, which sounds even worse, right? It is currently the most prominent virtual rapper with over 10 million followers and over 1 billion views on TikTok. I don't know if that thing is still around, right? I don't know if that thing is still around. You know what? I'm gonna go with Anime Profile. Anime Profile said FN. Is it? Did I say F? Did I say FN? Yeah, FN Mika. So FN Mika. I'm gonna go with Mika instead of Mecca. FN Mika. It was the first one that they really tried to sign. So let me continue with the article because this is on Wikipedia. FN Mika garnered media coverage when it was signed to Capitol Records. Gang, they signed that thing. They signed that scary looking thing. I don't know if it still is even a TikTok. I don't know if it still even has a profile, but they signed that thing to Capitol Records on August 14th, 2022. Wow, that was a long time ago. You could have never told me that was 4 years ago, guys. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I thought that was like a year or two ago. It became the first AI generated rapper to be signed to a major label. Gang, back in 2022, they were trying to force this thing because they could, like I said, they'd rather have an AI artist because they can make it say and do anything they want, any corny shit. Some real people gonna push back, but not FN Mika, right? FN Mika gonna do the dance, right? Remember that song, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, ooh, 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 right? FN Mika gonna do whatever it tell her to do. Okay. However, due to the controversy over its stereotyping of black people, Capitol dropped FN Mika from his label 9 days later on August 22nd. Y'all remember black people lost their mind, and that's what I'm thinking. I know the Don just gave the super chat saying he's scared of AI. The way people are responding, it's coming a little harder than they thought, right? It's coming a little harder than they thought. They thought by now, right? They thought that by now they would already have won us over. People are up in arms. They are not having it. People don't want nothing to do with this AI, and that's what Tyga is learning in real time. Tyga, Lupe, all these different guys who are jumping into this. It's quite a few. And had it not been so much pushback, they would have already signed 5 to 10. Now let's not get it twisted. There are tons of AI songs and I'm not gonna say musicians, but I don't want to say songwriters either. There are AI concoctions, right? I'll just have to say artists for lack of a better word. They have pages, they have Spotify accounts, and they are making millions already. With AI. So we're not gonna act like because we gave Tyga the business and he got a 0.0 that somehow AI has been shut down, right? But they are on a pace to make a ton of money with the AI space. They're getting so much of it out there under the radar that they may have to make a category. They may have to make a category in the Grammys and Billboard and this, that, and the third, because the AI artists are selling so well because a lot of people don't check, right? A lot of people aren't checking if it's AI or not. They have to be told that it's AI. They're not looking it up, which is understandable. A lot of people just they just let the playlist play, right? So end of the day, we're seeing this AI stuff grow into something where we can only stop but so much. It's coming regardless. But how big it gets in regards to real people using it, that's where we're going to have to put our foot in it. And like I said this morning, Kanye didn't get enough pushback for his usage of it because I said he did 50%. He was literally bragging about doing 50% of Bully with AI. And he just got sued, a lawsuit by a Jane Doe producer who said Kanye called him in last minute to do work on Bully and Vultures 2. He said he did Vultures 2 first. He did over 400 AI templates for him. He did a whole bunch of vocal generations for him, and he just basically did a lot of work for Kanye that he never got paid. No one cared, right? I guess Kanye was too much in the doghouse at that time for people to care. But they claim he cleaned up the whole album. But this new lawsuit says he didn't, and they're saying that he never paid him for the Vultures 2 music, and he never paid him for Bully. He says he owes him $110,000. And I believe it, right? So end of the day, what we're getting is a lot of AI slop, but the problem with it is Tyga and a lot of other guys are starting to learn. Even their contemporaries are turning on him. Doja Cat called him a penis, gang. She called him a penis. We're getting a whole look at Kalani, SZA, and especially these people, they're songwriters. These are people who really put their pen on paper, right? That my pen is not dry. These are people who really put their pen to paper and make heartfelt music. So at the end of the day, they're certain, they're outspoken. You're talking about some of the most outspoken people in this game. So we're looking at his own contemporaries are lashing out. And the critics, we look at what Fantano said, it's not even music. It's not even music. And homeboy, who was this guy I just watched today? He was a YouTuber. He was saying it was the worst stuff he's ever heard. It's crazy right now. It is insane, and people are rebelling, and they can only do but so much. But end of the day, all you can do is speak out about it. The producer Medicine is one of the people who are exposing these people. This Phoenix flexing guy, right? Let's get to that, because all of this stuff is part of the movement that they're trying to do. Hold on. Let me get this guy up here. Let me get this guy up here with his record, Phoenix Flexing, the Rubbers, right? This one started all the debate because they're still trying to say it's not AI, guys. That's the other problem. You're going to get the people who are going to make money from AI and still say it's not AI. They're not going to admit it, right? This Phoenix Flexing guy, this Phoenix Flex guy, Phoenix Flexing is what I meant to say. He's not admitting it. He's still saying that his song is his song, right? He's still trying to prove that he wrote it, right? And that's what I'm talking about, Chris, man. Penguins. Penguins is the other guy, got 18 million followers. He just trashed Tyga's album as well. So it's a lot going on. Now, Phoenix Flexing is standing on business. They're booking this guy, gang. They're paying this guy, right? And I told you, I used to do promotions. I used to do shows. I did a whole bunch of shows with a bunch of national acts and open mics, this, that, and the third. And if I had to guess what Phoenix Flexing is getting right now, I'm gonna go on a limb right now. Just on a humble, based on him having one song, right? He got one song. Yes, the record is a hit. He can go to the clubs and pack a club out, but it's not gonna be no crazy money. I guarantee right now, you probably can get Phoenix Flexing, and this just a wild guess. On the low end, you can get him for $5K. At the very high end, I'm talking very high end, $10K. And I don't know who's paying $10K. So he probably getting his money. I mean, that's irrelevant, but at the end of the day, he's going around performing this song, which is clearly AI. And they're still saying it's not AI. I think they even stopped asking him. People just like, bro, we get it. You're not going to tell. We get it. I don't even think people even asking him no more if the song is AI, because it's clearly AI. That Medicine done ran it through all kind of AI detectors, and it comes up as AI every time, different kind of ways. And we're gonna get to that, right? But I got a whole article and all this stuff. But first things first, what we're seeing now is Tyga is pretty much leaning in. He's leaning in. He's making sure that he's making sure that this album does not go to waste. I guess he put a whole bunch of time into it. Let me see. Bala says, whenever Charlie talks about something with those ATM, there's no hiding anymore. Deadass. Let me see. Koala T in the building. Salute, Koala. What's good, my guy? Let me see who else in here. My name is No Name in the building. What's good? What's good, Koala? What's good, No Name? All right, who else in here that I missed? What did I miss, right? And I got a story coming later, gang. These OVO guys are fighting. They fighting each other. They screaming and yelling at each other over some nonsense. You ain't going to believe this one, gang. What's the dirt screaming, guys? It's crazy, right? Koala said, if AI music is the future, Tyga was not a good representation. Man sold 1,000+ copies. Guys, not only did he sell 1,000+ copies, he has ruined his reputation. They asked him, would he use it again. He said, I don't know. He said, I don't know, guys. When you say you don't know, that means you know. At that point, he will not do this again because first of all, who's going to buy it, right? Who's going to pay for it? Who's going to stream it knowing it's AI? Now, like I said, in his comments, there were people saying, "Oh, I get it. Some comments be fake," but they were like, "Oh, I've been playing this on repeat. I love this. I love this mood, this vibe." You're going to get somebody that likes it. Let's just be honest. Somebody gonna like it, but for the most part, people aren't jacking it. They aren't jacking it, right? And your reputation means a lot. Didn't Lizzo just sell the same amount? She did something like, well, I think she did maybe 3K, right? It ain't that easy no more to sell these records, gang, or to get people to stream your stuff. They want good music. Salute to Mimi in the running the jewels, right? Homebody said, did Chris Jenner pay for Tyga's album? I don't know. Baya Coogan said AI is supposed to be the future, but all it cranks out is the Flintstones. Where is the flying cars that we were promised, right? And like I always say, we use it for certain things and that's okay. Where like we use it for information and to break down stuff and overviews and this, that, and the third, right? Who was that used it to find out he was in a trash record deal? Who was that guy? I did a whole story. I can't remember his name right now, right? The Serial, no Merc, that dude. He used AI and found out he was in the worst contract in history, right? What's homeboy's name? The Serial no milk dude, right? He used AI and for a time it was good for him because he found out that he was getting burnt bad. Who was burning him? Was it Jay Prince? I don't remember who was burning him. He found out that in perpetuity, his music, he could never get his music back, right? He could never get his music back. He was indebted to this guy forever. He was upset. He said when we was in jail together, homeboy sold me a dream. I think it was Jay Prince Jr. sold him a dream. He said, you told me you was going to teach me the business, this, that, and the third. Couldn't find out you burnt me, right? Finesse 2 times. He said that he can never respect them again. He's always on their head top until they make things right, right? Finesse 2 times used AI and it worked out in his favor. Now, that's a good story. That's one of the good stories. Now, the people who getting burned by AI, them the bad stories, right? And the people that go out and prompt these things with no skill, this, that, and the third, right? Like I said, I try all the shit just to see how it works, this, that, and the third. But I would never make a beat and rap to it. Like I would never make a song and try to use AI beat or try to have it write lyrics for me. No, nothing creative. None of that shit I would never do, right? It's different uses for it. Sure, it can make images that you can create. For sure, make me a Blizzard ice cream cone. This, that, and the third. Make me this, make me that. Sure, whatever. And I get it that it uses a lot of water and this, that, and the third. But outside of that, for when you're using it to pull creativity from a human experience, right? Like the Zanae Monet, she got a real huge fan base from pulling from her own poetry. She's putting her poetry. I don't know if y'all know who Zanae Monet is, right? That was the black female AI artist that went viral, ended up on Tamron Hall, this, that, and the third. She makes a lot of money. She got that record deal. Let me bring her up because some of you may not even know what I'm talking about. Zanaya Monet, I've been. So Zanaya Monet is another one. That is an artist that got a record deal. I believe, I could be wrong, but I think that Timbaland may helped her secure that record deal for her artist. But Zanaya Monet was created by as a black female. She prompted her look. She prompted her music. She put her poetry in there and turned that into music, and it blew up. And people, some people don't mind, some people don't know. A lot of my people, a lot of older women that like that kind of music, they'll just put a playlist on. So Zanaya Monet started popping up on playlists, and people started to gravitate to her music, right? And they started to like it, and she developed a following. A lot of them did not know that she's not real. She's not a real person, but a lot of them didn't know. So as they started to hear, people started to feel a little bit betrayed, and Kalani came out strongly against Zanaya Monet, and the creator of Zanaya Monet was so offended by Kalani. She went on Tamron Hall, and she was graceful, and she took her lumps because they were asking her questions about her music process, and she was like, well, I look at my laptop as an instrument, which, no, sis, we're not doing that. Your laptop, not an instrument. Not when you're just prompting it to make music. It's not an instrument, queen. But she said her laptop was her instrument, and she didn't get all the negative backlash. She was making something out of nothing. But when she left that show, she was I could tell she was a little irritated when she talked to Tamron Hall, right? When she left the Tamron Hall show, she went home, guys. I can't make this up. She made a diss record. She had the girl singing a diss song to Kalani, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all can correct me in the comments. But Zanaya Monet was the first R&B AI artist to make a diss record, gang. I cannot make this stuff up. I cannot make it up. So that's what we're up against. These artists have people behind them that can really put the human element in it and make people feel like that is a real person singing. And people got fooled by Zanaya Monet, right? And like the F and Mika was more overt. That was more, okay, this is AI. But the picture I'm showing you right now, the Zanaya Monet, people couldn't tell. You had to keep looking. Like, is that AI? People didn't understand or didn't know, right? They didn't understand it. So it's different, right? And Diego said, if you're making beats from scratch on your laptop, I get it. That's different. That's not AI. That's something else. If you're using Fruity Loops, this, that, and the third, that's not AI. And that's going to be a touchy thing too with the AI samples. I'm still trying to decide, you know what I mean? Like AI snares, AI kicks. Like, where are we drawing the line at? Like, a kick is just a kick, guys. So what are we doing? Like, how do we feel about all this stuff? Because it's getting really slippery where what can we use and what can we not use? Can we use an AI horn? Can we use an AI piano? It's a whole thing. Where do we draw the line? I can't see a problem with using a pitch, like a little sound. I don't know if that's a problem, but end of the day, when you are letting AI make your whole song, that's where the problem starts. Okay, that's where it gets a little murky. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But they're saying it's a tool. Tyga saying it's a tool, right? He's saying, listen, you guys better get involved with this because this is the next tool. He compared it to auto-tune. He compared it to auto-tune, right? Homebody said the AI artist coming for Kalani was crazy. Kalani can sing without a beat, without a producer, and without AI. That girl programmed that AI that AI woman to sing her ass off and come in Kalani. She was tight, gang, and I knew she was mad, but I wasn't expecting her to make no diss record. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was not expecting her to make no diss record, and that was the first one we ever seen R&B artist dissing another R&B artist. Actually, Jermaine Jackson dissed Michael Jackson with an R&B song. Very, very little known fact. Jermaine made a diss record for his brother. I didn't even find that out till a couple months ago, and this song is real, gang. So go check that out. I'm gonna be honest. But guys, listen, I want to show you this video because Tyga has always been on the kind of weird side of history with this music, right? And Ever Never said auto-tune is not the same. No, it's not. But they're trying to equate it because they want to find any straws that they can grasp to make this normal. They're trying to normalize this AI thing because that's where the future is going. That money, like I said, they have these subscription services, and what people are doing with these subscription services, they are in it for the long haul, and they're making millions already. Now imagine if they can make it cool. If they can get Tyga and Kanye and Drake and these other people, Lupe, Fiasco, and Timbaland, if they can finally make us think that it's cool, they can wear us down at some point, right? They're going to try to have us watching AI sports at some point. So it is what it is. Elevated Gamer said audio tune is a tool. AI is a replacement. Sherry Ann in the building said they are training AI on mostly black music so they can produce it without paying or crediting black artists. Bingo. Bingo. 100%. That is a 100% fact. Let me get to this video, because I want to show you Tyga's history as to why we got here and why Tyga is unapologetic and he's doubling down, right? He doesn't really have any problems with what's going on. He has no problems with doing this situation because he's been chasing this stuff his whole career. He's always been trying to, in my opinion, find what's next and get ahead of it, right? I feel like this is what Tyga does. This is what he does. Let me get over here. This is what he does. All right, so this video right here, this is by a guy. It's a channel called Distora, right? Distora. And they put a pretty good video together. They just broke down Tyga's history in the business. And I'm going to be periodically tapping in, but when you piece Tyga's history in this business together, you start to realize this is almost expected, because Tyga's always chasing whatever's popping. Let's get this going.
When you look at how some people lose their footing in the music industry, you usually see one big mistake that ends everything. For some artists, it is a single video or a single bad interview that ruins their reputation forever.
Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't nigga in the parking lot, put your cell phone like
Let's be real about this shit.
Yeah, keep it fucking real.
Some of y'all niggas suspect as a mom. Let's be real.
But with Tyga, the story is actually a lot more complicated than that. He didn't have one single moment where the world decided to walk away. Instead, his career felt like a long series of problems that kept piling up until the weight was just too much to carry. It was a mix of fighting with his record labels, dealing with constant money problems in the public eye, and making some very questionable choices in his personal life. By the time we got to the recent drama with the recent AI scandals, the foundation was already pretty shaky.
Tyga is for making an AI album.
To really understand how he got to this point, you have to go back to around 2011. That was the time when he was basically at the top of the world. He was part of the Young Money crew, which was the most powerful group in rap at the time. You had Lil Wayne and Drake and Nicki Minaj, and Tyga was right there with them. When he put out...
They were calling Tyga the fourth wheel. Tyga was the fourth wheel at that time. And he had his hit records, but Tyga's been getting Clown Gang. I can't even... This guy, his whole career, has been catching bad ones, gang. Let me let homeboy finish.
Rack City, it was a massive hit. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing that song. It was the kind of track that defined a whole era of club music. At that point, it looked like he was going to be a permanent fixture in the mainstream. He had the hits, he had the style, and he had the backing of a legendary label. Everything seemed to be moving in the right direction for him.
Wale, you know, I'm just here trying to get in where I fit in, you know what I mean?
I'm just happy that I could be a part of such a record that's influencing and that's making so many young, ambitious dancers so much money. Welcome to Rack City.
I'm not in a recession anymore. This is everything they said.
However,
it's a wild mix. Tyga, Fabulous, and Wale. That's kind of a wild connection right there. I'm gonna keep it above.
Things started to change behind the scenes. While the public saw him as a successful star, he was actually starting a huge fight with his labels, Cash Money and Young Money. He started going on social media to air out his grievances. He was telling everyone that he wasn't getting paid what he was owed and that his career was being held hostage. He specifically took aim at Birdman, who was the head of the label. This was a big deal because Birdman was known for having these kinds of disputes with his artists, but Tyga was one of the first to be really loud and aggressive about it. He wanted to release his project called The Gold Album 18th Dynasty, but the label kept pushing it back. The situation got so bad that he eventually decided to go independent to get the music out. When the Gold Album finally dropped in 2015, it was a total disaster. Because he didn't have the big label machine behind him anymore, the sales were incredibly low. People were shocked at how a guy who was just at the top could sell so few copies. It was the first real sign that his momentum was starting to fade. When you lose that label support, you have to rely entirely on your fan base, and it seemed like the fans weren't as loyal as he thought they were. That failure with the album really hurt his standing in the industry. It made him look like he was losing his touch. While all of this music drama was happening, his personal life was becoming a huge distraction. He started a relationship with Kylie Jenner, and that put him in the middle of a massive media circus. Everywhere he went, the paparazzi were following him. People had a lot of opinions about that relationship.
Let's just be honest, though. Let's just be honest. That was a relationship of convenience. That was him staying relevant, guys. Let's just keep it a buck. Like, let's just keep it a buck. I'm just going, let's call it a spade as a spade. That was him. That was him getting his buzz back. This guy became the biggest guy in the world. Like at that time when it came to gossip, right? That put him in a whole different tax bracket. Let's just be honest. A whole different bracket of media. Let's say that.
And most of them weren't positive. It felt like he was more famous for who he was dating than for the music he was making.
Yeah.
At the same time, the news started reporting on his financial problems. It felt like every week there was a new story about him being sued. You started seeing headlines about him not paying rent on his mansions. There were stories about him being evicted. Then, the car situation started to get really messy. He was always posing with luxury cars like Ferraris and Maybachs, but then reports would come out saying those cars were being repossessed because he wasn't making the payments. There was even a story about a car being taken back while he was at a different car dealership. On top of that, jewelers were suing him for hundreds of thousands of dollars because he would take expensive pieces and then never pay the bill. All of this created a really bad look. It was hard for people to take his king persona seriously when they knew his cars were being towed away and he was getting kicked out of his house. It made his whole image of wealth feel like it was built on a deck of cards. By 2021,
ain't that what a lot of rappers still do to this day? They portray this image of wealth. I think that's what we are seeing still to this day with a lot of these rappers, right? There is a mad dash to appear rich. It seemed like they can't get away from that. Even when we clearly know, just like Dame Dash, we clearly know that you guys are struggling. You still want to appear to be rich, and that's all that matters. And it hurts your credibility when you make these records about being rich. But some of these guys, they have really never known anything other to rap about. So even when they're doing bad, they still want to pretend to be rich, right? It is what it is. Let me continue.
the problems moved from his bank account to his actual character. In October of that year, he ended up turning himself into the police. He was arrested on a felony domestic violence charge. His ex-girlfriend, Cameron Swanson, went on social media and posted some very disturbing photos. She had visible bruising, and she told the world that he had physically assaulted her. She also claimed that he wouldn't let her leave the house during the incident. This was a huge turning point for a lot of people. It wasn't just about money or label fights anymore. Now, it was about a serious allegation of violence. The internet was flooded with people calling him out. Even though the case didn't end with him going to prison for years or having his career completely erased right then and there, it left a permanent mark. It was a dark stain on his reputation that he couldn't just wash away with a new hit song. People started to look at him differently. When you have those kinds of images of an injured woman being linked to your name, it changes how the general public feels about supporting you. It made him a much more controversial figure than he already was. He tried to keep moving forward and focus on the music, but he seemed to be out of touch with what the public wanted. In July 2022, he released a music video for a song called Ay Caramba. Almost immediately, he faced a massive wave of backlash. People were saying that the video was full of lazy and offensive Mexican stereotypes. It felt like he was using a culture as a prop without having any real respect for it. The criticism was so loud that he actually had to take the video down and apologize. He went on a popular radio show.
Hold up, guys. This between me and you, I'm just going to tell you guys some insider. I was going to name this video Tyga was a zero before the zero, right? I was like, Charles, that's a little harsh, right? I was like, that's a little bit harsh. But as you watch this, that is exactly accurate. Tyga was a zero before the zero. Before he got this zero from Pitchfork, Tyga did a lot of questionable things, gang. And when you watch this video, right, it kind of reminds you that Tyga's been out here wild. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it a buck. Let me keep it pushing.
To say he was sorry and that he didn't mean to offend anyone. But to a lot of people, it just felt like another example of him not thinking things through. It was like he was trying so hard to get a viral hit that he didn't care who he upset along the way. Now look at where things went in 2026. This was the year where things really hit a breaking point. He decided to release a new concept album called Starface. The whole vibe of the project was supposed to be 80s synth pop. It was a big departure from the rap music he was known for. But as soon as the album came out, people started noticing something something strange about the sound. It didn't feel like it was made by humans. Critics and fans started pointing out that the instruments in the solos sounded like they were generated by artificial intelligence. In August of 2026, he did some interviews where he actually confirmed that the rumors were true. He admitted that he used AI generators to build the 80s synths and the guitar solos for the project.
But hold up, gang. We got to remember that he initially allegedly tried to allude to it being 100% human, right? So before that happened, he tried to allude that, no, this is 100% human, da-da-da-da-da. And then he slowly came out when they ran it through the AI detector, and they're saying that you could just go to the AI thing yourself, prompt it to say, Tyga 80s, this, that, and the third, and you'll get the same songs, right? Positively Pepper Jones in the building. Salute. Cali Kissy Lips in the building. Salute. Love you back. Love all you guys. Who else did I miss? Let me see. Who did I miss? Ever Never, Chris Man, Poet. All right. Bing, Walter, Rico. Okay. Let me see who else we got. The Journey. Guys, I appreciate everybody in here. Hit that like button, okay? Let's keep it pushing.
Defense was that he was trying to be a pioneer. He told interviewers that this was no different from when rappers first started using autotune. He argued that people hated autotune at first, but then it became the standard for the whole industry. He basically tried to say that he was just ahead of his time, and that everyone would eventually be making music this way.
There are some people saying you shouldn't do it.
Well, the context is, well, unfortunately for Gen Z, they can't read, so nobody reads, you know what I mean?
Sensitive thugs, man. Sensitive thugs. I don't think that matters in this case. I don't think this is about reading comprehension skills. I think this is about people having an issue with you using AI, my guy.
And what I said was, I used AI assisted things in the production. I said all the vocals are me. I wrote all the songs.
But guys, just a little FYI, all the vocals cannot be you if you're using AI generators. At the end of the day, we don't know how much you used, right? You're only copping to a little bit just to save face. It sounds like all of it. The music was generated, the words, the lyrics, because the AI generator is coming up with the exact same lyrics when other people run through the generator. So when people go into the generator, I believe it's Treblo or something like that, when they prompt it using the same terminology, they're getting the exact same lyrics, Tyga. So we don't think you wrote it either. We don't think you wrote it. Just gonna keep it a buck. And Diego, right, Young Money, a bunch of gaslighting bums.
When it comes to the 80 cents and some of the guitar solos, yes, I used AI for that. But I didn't make a full AI album. It's not what I did. I was in the studio 3 months working on this.
I don't believe him. And I told you, this whole aesthetic with this cigarette, he's puffing this cigarette. You could do this conversation without doing that. It's an act right now. He's method acting. He's now some guy from the 80s with a chain smoking habit. It's all method right now. It's all method, gang. I'm just going to keep it a buck. This is a character he's playing.
But it's just, it's at the end of the day, it's like, I'm just I'm a small piece of the puzzle in this bigger conversation, and it's really not my fight. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm just telling people, because I like to be honest with the listeners of, kind of like how I used it, but I didn't, I indeed wrote the songs and I
don't believe
that those are my vocals. You know what I'm saying? We use some AI sounds in the production, but we still.
And I think he low key is trying to hint. He says, I'm just a small part of the puzzle. It's a bigger conversation. He's trying to tell you this is bigger than me, guys. This is a massive corporation throwing him a bag to get in front of this. They're testing the waters to see how this does. Gang, everything is a test. Everything is a test. This is a simulation to them. They're throwing him out there with this AI thing to see how we respond. If we responded and he would have done 60, 70K first week, 100K first week, they would have been like Showtime, right? Showtime. He didn't do that. He didn't do that. And he failed badly. So this is going to set back AI another couple years. I'm going to be honest, because they're watching this. This is bigger than him. Like he said, this is bigger than me. I'm just a small cog. He was trying to say, I'm just a little piece of this. You guys don't understand how much bigger than this. It's these tech guys. A lot of guys got money in this. They're waiting for this to pop even bigger. They already make millions off this already, guys. Let's not be under no delusion. They already make millions with the subscription services and the AI artists that they already got. Spotify trying to figure out what to do with them because they're losing millions. So end of the day, they already making money. But if it becomes acceptable, that's when like homeboy on Coming to America. Yeah, that's when the big bucks start rolling in. Today I'm washing lettuce. Tomorrow I'll be on fries, right? That's when the big bucks coming in. So when they get AI to be acceptable, oh man, forget it. Every little Tom, Dick, and Harry gonna be prompting this and prompting that. They don't care because they're making the money.
Created everything. As an artist that's been doing this for so long, I don't care. I don't mind it. I don't care. Like, I'm not scared for my position or scared because at the end of the day, I'm better than the AI, you know, and I've proven that for the last 15 years. So it doesn't bother somebody like me. But I think maybe there's people that are scared that it's gonna, you know, like take their position and replace them. And, you know, it's just a part of technology. You know, everything we use is AI.
The problem was that the audience didn't agree with him at all. Instead of seeing him as a visionary, they saw him as someone who was being lazy. People felt like he was cutting corners and taking the soul out of the music. If you were going to make a tribute to 80s music, you usually want to hear the craftsmanship of real instruments. Using a computer to generate the parts felt like a slap in the face to his fans. The reaction from the critics was absolutely brutal. Pitchfork, which is one of the most influential music sites, gave Starface a score of 0.0 out of 10. That is something that almost never happens. They wrote that the album's very existence made the world a worse place. It wasn't just a bad review. It was a total rejection of him as an artist. And it wasn't just the critics who were piling on. His own peers in the music industry started making fun of him. Doja Cat, who is one of the biggest stars in the world, went on a live stream and basically roasted the album. She was laughing about how bad it was and joined in on the internet mockery. When you have people you used to work with or who are in the same circle as you laughing at your work in front of millions of people, it is hard to recover. It turned him into a punchline. The internet was filled with memes and jokes about how he had officially fallen off. Well, when you look at the whole timeline, you can see that Starface was just the final blow. If he had a clean record and a lot of respect, maybe people would have been more forgiving about the AI experiment. But he didn't have any of that. He had years of label drama, years of being seen as a fake rich guy because of his repossessions, and the shadow of that 2021 arrest hanging over him. By the time he put out an album that felt like it was made by a machine, people were already tired of him. They were looking for a reason to finally stop paying attention, and he gave it to them. So when you think about the downfall of Tyga, it was a slow, painful decline that took over a decade to reach its end. He went from being the guy who had the biggest song in the country to being the guy who was getting a 0.0 rating on his albums. It is a cautionary tale about what happens when you let the drama outside of the music become bigger than the music itself. All of those things together created a situation where there was just no way back for him. The world moved on, and he was left with a 0.0 and a reputation that he probably won't ever be able to rebuild.
Guys, and the thing about it is, they felt comfortable giving him a 0.0. They knew he was the one artist they could do it to, because his reputation is already in the tank anyway. So they weren't going to lose much from fans. They weren't going to get attacked. Like when they gave, who did they give that low? They gave Kanye a low rating, and the fans killed them, went crazy. I think they gave Cole a kind of a low rating too. The Cole fans killed them. Tyga's fans are not going to kill him, guys. They're not going to do anything. And Ron Stewie hit it right on the head when he said those vocals, that's thievery, because they're getting the vocals from somewhere. Most of these things, they got to start somewhere with the vocals. So they got to train it on real people's vocals. It's all thievery, and this is why they wanted to become normalized, because then they can get more people to consent to having their vocals. We're going to end up replaced, right? You're going to hear, if they have it their way, there will be more AI music than there will be real people, because they can control that way better than real people, and they can make a lot more money off of prompts and this, that, and the third. So this is a real fight right now as musicians and consumers of music and real artistry, this is where we got to stand up, right? This is where we got to stand up. And Chris, man, you're right. They gave Chris Brown a 1.4. Aren't they like in the same vein, Chris Brown and Tyga and these other guys? So they're kind of similar. So they're not feeling them at all, right? Stewie said AI is needed to cure cancer and other diseases that will interrupt the pharmaceutical industry and collapse their pockets, right? That's Ron Stewie. Let me see. Walter said they live in the fake reality of Hollywood and they think we're not out here in the real world. All right. So guys, listen. I wasn't planning on being on this video too long, so I think it ain't much else to really say. I disagree with Tyga's album. I disagree with Tyga's assessment of the music business, where this is just a tool like auto-tune. I disagree with you, Tyga. It is a tool, but it's not a tool you should be using to create. I think it's lazy. I think the people doing it have an agenda, and the people behind the people doing it have an even bigger agenda. And I think that Tyga kind of misread the room. I think he saw that it was people openly coming out. Remember that kid from last year? He was in the double XL freshman. He came out saying he let AI write a verse for him. I know it was more than one verse, but he said he came out. He said, what's his name? Chief something, right? Something Chief something. He said he used AI to write one of his songs, which means he used it to write a bunch of them. But he said he used it once. People were slowly coming out. Kanye, like I said he had 50%. So I think he misread the room. And some people are lazy. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if Tyga really was that good of a writer in the first place. So if you can do a cheat code, people are going to do a cheat code. So I think he misread the room. He thought that we were ready for it, right? And he also probably thought that sound is so different right now, and really only a few people can pull it off, like The Weeknd, stuff like that. It ain't many people that can pull off that sound. So he was like, if I can pull this off, this might take me to the next level. We just saw what's homeboy Trap Queen. We just saw him get out of jail, and his whole sound was amazing. The way he changed it, Fetty Wap, the way he changed his new sound. He came out with a brand new sound. I think Tyga wanted to do the same thing, but didn't know how. He didn't know how. He had a whole lot of reasons to go and try to cheat and change his whole persona and try to reinvent himself, but it didn't work because people caught on to the AI faster than they was ready for, right? He wanted to have it where, he only used a little bit, da-da-da, and see how it play out, but people realized, oh, no, he damn near the whole thing. The whole thing sound like AI. So this is what happened, right? Ever Never said he been trash, all right? So listen, I ain't really got much else to say about Tyga. I think we said enough, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. That's my peoples. They ship all over the continental US. All right. The What Show remains to be seen to come back on Wednesday night. If I can get that studio locked in, like I need it in time, we'll be here Wednesday night. Okay. CLBMG, myspreadshop.com. Lock in, go get that, that, and the third merch. It's dope. I like it. I got some. I'm about to have some on the way. Let me know when you get yours. I'll post you. All right, post you on my social medias. Addition by Subtraction, a new album by 4 Hours, The Ugly Professor. I'm on that album along with a couple great MCs. It is on major platforms like Spotify, Amazon, YouTube, Apple, Pandora, and others. Guys, lock into that album. It's a great piece of work, great body of work. I appreciate you guys locking in, getting that comment, share, hit the like button. I appreciate you running those jewels, right? Let me see if I missed any jewels. We ran a whole bunch of jewels. Poison Ivy locked in. It was a whole bunch of jewels in here. I was talking, running my mouth, but doing what I do. Okay, what homeboy say right here? He's so corrupted. And not Poetic Flacco. Yeah, I didn't play the Poetic Flacco video. I didn't play that. Let me see. I know. Okay, so Jesus is GOAT. Random Jules, I appreciate you. And if it's Jesus, let me know. I'm gonna say Jesus, right? Intrepid Vixen ran those Jules. Me running Jules gang. I appreciate you. All super chats, this, that, and the third. Thank you guys for locking it. I'm gonna be back with another video tonight. Whether it's live or not remains to be seen, but I will be back. And tomorrow morning, we're gonna be right back with the this, that, and the third morning show. 8 a.m.-ish, right? I appreciate you guys for locking in. All right, have a good night, and I'm going to pop in and holler at you guys later. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace!
Mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard and put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at, cause we out.